What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today, wearing my Artemi Panarin jersey. I got my Rangers jersey on because I'm doing the Metro Division, Division predictions. I'm just going to do all these division videos back to back to back to back, and so predictions for the Metro Division. Going to be interesting. I think one of the easier divisions to predict, meaning that there's only four, so I think it's probably the second easiest, probably. Pacific would probably be third, or Pacific would probably be fourth, and then I'd put Atlantic at third. But the Metro Division shouldn't be too hard, in my opinion, although I do think there will be some changes. I do think, indeed, there will be some changes that happen. So, let's get started. Last season, the standings were as followed. Columbus in 8th, Philadelphia in 7th, Washington 6th, Pittsburgh 5, Islanders in the playoffs at 4, Rangers 3, Devils 2, Carolina 1. I think we're going to see a shakeup this year. I think some teams got worse, some teams got better, and I think the teams that got better are going to definitely make the teams that are worse kind of just fall out a little bit. So we're going to start with the number 8 spot. If Columbus finishes 8th again, I really don't know what to say there. Of course, the whole Babcock thing's now over, but he's gone, and now they have Pascal Vincent as head coach. And so I really don't think Columbus should finish 8th. I thought they underachieved last year. It was kind of incredible they finished below the Blackhawks. Same amount of points, but Philadelphia should finish 8th. They're going into full rebuild mode, and that would be the goal. Philadelphia and San Jose probably should be the worst two teams in the league this year. I mean, I'd like for the Hawks to, but that's not the point here. Point is that Philadelphia wants a high draft pick. They would like to get Celebrini or Yzerman, and an elite center would definitely help them go a long way. It said Couturier and someone else were supposed to be ready for camp. I'm trying to remember who it was. But overall, this team sold off Kevin Hayes. They sold off Ivan Provorov. And I'm surprised Carter Hart's still there. They brought in Cal Peterson. That was a deadline thing that they did. He'll probably play backup to Hart unless you want to get Sandstrom in there. But his contract has been dumped there, which helped LA. So Philadelphia, we'll see how bad they could be because they're not going to be good. Now at number 7th is where it gets difficult because I could see 3 teams honestly finishing at 7th. And it might be controversial what I'm about to say. In fact, 2/3 I think would be controversial of what I have to say because you know what? They're predictions, so I really can make it my own way. But I also want to look like a genius. I think that the Washington Capitals are going to finish 7th in the division. Now, as you're yelling at the screen about Ovechkin, I understand, okay? I know you're yelling at me. Probably clicking off the video, probably commenting down below like, what the heck? I doubt it. But Washington brought in Rasmus Sandin, and that was a good start. I think they still need to get a bit younger. TJ Oshie is at the point where I think he's become borderline in and out of the lineup kind of guy. Ovechkin's still Ovechkin. Backstrom is not what he once was. He's not as healthy. Tom Wilson gets that big extension, and who knows how he's going to keep playing compared to... Because the way he plays, who knows if he'll play all those 8 years. That's what I was worried about when he signed that extension. And they still need to get a bit younger. They lost Orlov. They lost other guys as well. Ryan Strome is a good piece for... Dylan Strome is a good piece for the youth. Sonny Milano, I think, should still be pretty good for them. I'm trying to remember who else they have. But I still think they need to go a bit younger and keep Ovechkin, but just get younger around him. Because if you get younger, he's going to get better. That's how I see it. So, yeah, Washington at 7. At number 6, it's funny. I could see the Islanders finishing 7th, but I don't see them finishing 6th. And so I'm going to put Columbus, although I think Columbus and the Islanders will be close for 5th and 6th. But Columbus, they should be better. There's no excuse. They need to be better. I think the division's still better than them, but we'll see how it goes for them. And yeah, there's not really much to say about Columbus. They need to be better. They got Severson, they got Provorov. Hopefully a bounce back year from their goaltending. And their forwards, Voracek's gone, but Boone Jenner, Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Laine, Kent Johnson, Cole Sillinger, your young guys and your big time guys need to step it up. but you're going to have to step it up to get this team back into relevancy, and at least back into pushing for a playoff spot. Now at number 5, I can't put them any higher, the New York Islanders. Bo Horvat did not look the same after he left Vancouver, and that's because of the Islanders' play style. Islanders are a very defensive team, and that didn't allow Bo Horvat to go to the front of the net and just keep tipping pucks in. Like, that's how he got 35 goals last year. Almost 40, I think. And the Islanders are not meant for regular season, and last year was a very close race. They got in on a lucky break. They got in because they had a tiebreaker over Pittsburgh, and they had one over Florida, and they got the wild card 1 spot. But I don't think they're going to get that lucky this year. They barely, and that, of course, they get Barzal back. Barzal's electric in his own right, and if he stays healthy, this team could make a push for a playoff spot. But it's going to be tough with the division that they're in right now, and with Pittsburgh, I think, getting a bit better. Speaking of Pittsburgh, them getting Erik Karlsson should boost them about 1 spot because their team is old. They have the oldest team in the league, and old is only going to get you so far. Crosby, Malkin, and Letang eventually are going to fall apart. Crosby, maybe not. Malkin has had enough injuries where it's possible, but I don't think he will yet. Letang, we'll see. But bringing Karlsson should definitely boost that offense and definitely jettison them. What I think is into a playoff spot. I think they should get back to the playoffs, although it is very possible that there are 5 teams in the Atlantic and 3 teams in the Metro. I can't really see 5 in the Metro and 3 in the Atlantic. That Atlantic division is stacked. But Pittsburgh should make it to the playoffs. How far? We won't talk about that right now. Now, moving on, we have the New York Rangers. I still have finishing in the 3rd spot. They lose Kane, they lose Tarasenko, and Panarin's gone bald, so that means he's Panarin right here. Show off I'm not turning around that back like that, but you can see the number right there, number 10. That's Panarin's number, and I just hit my elbow on my desk. But Panarin should be as his usual self. His bald era is beginning, and we'll see how he produces with his bald head. If you haven't seen that, it's all over Instagram. But I said he was getting rid of like evil spirits or something like that. It was pretty funny. But Zibanejad, Panarin, Kreider, the core, Lafreniere and Kakko, really, this is their really last chance to take the next step. I'm honestly surprised Lafreniere hasn't been traded, especially with the cap crunch they're going through. Shesterkin will drag this team to a playoff spot if it's the last thing he does. So that's what makes me think Rangers will make the playoffs. Number 2 and number 1. Carolina's won the division the last couple of years, but I think we'll have a new king this year. I think New Jersey should number up Carolina for the king. I think New Jersey added more. Although they lose Severson, their blue line is still pretty good. Their goaltending should be Vanacek and Schmidt. That might be the one thing that holds them back compared to other teams. But their offense should win this team games. Hughes, Hischier, Meyer, Bratt, Mercer, who am I forgetting? Toffoli, that's the new guy, among others as well. Of course, you got a young Holtz is coming up as well. And as my screen goes blank, I'm going to end this video now as my screen is stuck there. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. New Jersey winning the conference as well. Carolina doesn't really add too much. Forgot Washington added Pacioretty, by the way. But Carolina doesn't add too much. And they were in on Karlsson, they don't get him. But yeah, I don't think they added enough in which they can. I think they're kind of staying the same while New Jersey kind of got better, and they were 1 point off of each other last year. So I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. You'll see New Jersey, Carolina, Rangers, Pittsburgh, Islanders, Columbus, Washington, Philadelphia is my hope. I shall see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.